Sup guys, I'm Nathan.
I'm Noah.
And this is Nano. And today, we're talking about...
Pop culture.
What culture? Okay. So first we're going to talk about my favorite kind of pop culture, video games. I love video games. I mean, I'm gonna gush here. Video games are like my life, man. They're just like, whoa. I love them.
I love me some Castlevania.
Yeah. Whip you in the face.
Nathan, we have to finish recording.
Give me a minute. I want to finish this level. What is going on with video games these days? It's like, if it doesn't have a picture like this on the cover, then it doesn't sell well. It's like, why do all games today, voice crack, all games today have to have, you know, guns and first-person shooting, and they all have to be like rated M? When was the last time you saw like a game that was rated E on a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360 that wasn't some like game based on Disney? You know, it doesn't really make sense to me, and it disgusts me. It literally disgusts me whenever people are like, oh, I am such a gamer and I love video games. I bet if I went into their house and saw their library of video games, it would be Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, and maybe Skyrim. Give me something creative to play. I'm looking at you, Infinity War. Really? What is this? Play something interesting. Like, I bet none of you have ever heard of the game Shadow of the Colossus. That game is fantastic. It has great story, it's epic, it's fun, and besides, it's medieval fantasy, and I love medieval fantasy stuff.
Nathan, where'd you go?
Die, Nave! I'm okay! I love video games, and it really depresses me that it's not, like, it's losing its creativity. There's tons and tons of first-person shooters, and people try to improve the first-person shooter and make it different, but after a while, they're gonna run out of ideas. Then what are they gonna move to? Are they gonna go back to RPGs, or, like, Skyrim? Or are they going to, you know, focus on, I don't know, racing games? Who plays racing games?
Now we're going to talk about music. I'm about to sum up a new pop song for you. Sex, sex, drugs, alcohol, beer, party, 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 sex, 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 your mom! Partying, 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 sitting in the front seat, kicking in the back seat. No, that's garbage. You lose. There's one other... I really can't...
Yeah, I know, really. Give us something with, I don't know, depth or meaning. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh yeah, sex! So, it seems like music today doesn't have any depth or any feeling behind it. It's just, it's all like recorded sound bites or a steady, stupid beat behind like awful singing, god-awful auto-tuned singing. Like, great composers like Beethoven, Mozart, they wrote entire symphonies. They would be, if they still had ears, they would be so mad. There would be like super loud drums and things, intense music playing in the background. I just leaked a lot. Dum dum dum, I'm so angry, marching to battle, rah. Music they'd be like, I'm so mad I'm gonna slap a hoe.
You're probably wondering what type of music I like. Metal. Yes, heavy metal. And don't get me started that screaming doesn't take talent, and heavily distorted guitars isn't music. No, that is music. At least they're actually playing an instrument, and they're actually... Okay, seriously, screaming? You have no idea how strenuous that is on your vocal cords, and think about it. They have to do that for a whole album or a whole show, okay? They have to learn how to do certain things so they scream right, so it doesn't, you know, completely ruin their vocal cords. And, you know, it actually is talent. Today, it's just like, oh, I had a boyfriend, he broke up with me, I'm gonna cry about it and write a sappy song. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't work. And I'm also not talking about that stupid emo, screamo, I don't even know what you call it, but I'm talking about heavy metal. happened to toys? Now I see a bunch of little kids running around with their iPods and iPhones, and we'll get to that later. Seriously, if you are a boy and you never had these dudes, your childhood sucked. If you never had like little army men or something like that, I love Legos. And Legos are like, you know, amazing. And but, you know, what am I saying? I'm 15 or 16. I don't need to play with Lego. What are you talking about?
Hey man, are you playing with a Lego set?
What did I say about judging me? What happened to toys? I mean, seriously, it's like now they're all electronic. They all have to be robotic in some form or matter, or they don't even, they're not toys anymore. You can't use your imagination to use them. It bugs me that kids aren't living like a good childhood anymore. Now they're playing Grand Theft Auto. So another thing that kind of bugs me is Apple. Okay, Apple products, not the fruit, but the technology and electronics company. It's like kids are always walking around with their iPod Touch or their iPhone or their, you know, iPad. It just annoys me so much whenever people are like obsessed with Apple products and they always have to get the newest thing that comes out. Noah!
What? Just because I have an iPhone, MacBook Pro, an iPad, and an Apple TV does not mean I am an obsession. So, what's up with new movies? It's like, all the movies that are coming out have like sorta good plot lines and like okay actors. It's like, you gotta get good movies. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, James Bond, The Bourne Legacy. Good movies. Battleship, okay? You can't take a board game and make a movie out of it. Just like, G7, A9. What's next, Monopoly? Oh, no movies. Monopoly? Are you serious?
Thank you so much for watching, and we're really sorry that we haven't had an episode out in a while. We've been having some busy weekends, and I guess we're even lucky that we got to do this episode, so,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super tired, so I'm gonna take a nap. Ow.
Knave. Alright, well, see you next time, guys, and God bless.